Shh, don't tell people. Hello! テルマの YouTube チャンネルへようこそ。今日のビデオは私たちの日本の経験についてなので、今日のビデオは英語で話します。でももちろん字幕は日本語です。だからぜひ見てください。Max!
Yes.
Introduce yourself, please.
All right. My name is Max. I'm from Canada and I'm studying acting major in Japan, which is where I met Thelma here.
Yes, I studied acting in Japan too, right here in Tokyo. Our school is called Tokyo Film Center School of Arts. And it's a pretty good school.
Yeah.
One of the first questions people ask us when we tell them that we're studying acting in Japan is,
why are you studying acting in Japan?
you should be in England or America, the good old US of A. But, of course, that is the root of common sense. But as you know, if you have watched my videos, I don't have a lot of common sense. I tend to go down the path that is the least tread. Was that correct English? The least trodden path. The least path that has been troddeth.
You don't have to go all Gandalf on that.
So everyone goes to England or America, and it's like the easy, expected route, predictable route. I prefer unpredictability. I like to live an unpredictable life. And what's more unpredictable than studying not Japanese in acting, but rather acting in Japan?
It's a good challenge.
It is a challenge.
You have
It's
my
a big
respect.
challenge. Thanks, you have mine too. But why did you choose Japan?
I didn't decide to come to Japan to study acting. I actually came to Japan because of the country itself. Before living here, I made 2 trips and I loved it to death. It was a wonderful experience. I wanted to know about the Japanese culture, Japanese personalities, and how they are, the way they are thinking in the environment. If it's safe, I was pleased. I give it A+. That's really wonderful. I
It's
really
a great
love it.
country.
How they behave in all their TV shows.
Yes.
And it's a natural reaction of thinking that the video is actually like real life, but which is not the case. No.
No.
Like a lot of people think that Japan is all about anime and gaming and sumo wrestling.
No.
They really kind of became like us, like in the West, with Western mentality. Of course, they have their own culture, but they're really normal people.
Because our school says, they have this motto, the Hollywood way. So I was actually expecting it to be kind of an Americanized version of an acting school. I was expecting that to be more filming with cameras, but there was a lot of focus on theater acting.
Yes.
Because they have ties to Gekidan Shiki, which is like the Broadway version of the Japanese version of Broadway.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And a lot of the teachers were actually actors from Gekidan Shiki.
Yeah.
They were very focused on theater acting, which is not what I was expecting, but it was good because theater acting is so fun.
It depends on what year you are. First of all, when you're first year student, people start quite rusty. They don't know the body well. When you do a theater play, you have to use your body way more than you think. It's more in the morning, you stretch, you exercise, you do muscle training, sit-ups, push-ups. The classes are mostly also like dancing, singing, getting to train those muscles in your throat to really project your voice.
Yeah.
And because that's the most important thing when you act.
Yeah, basically it's just like in the mornings you have voice warm-ups and body warm-ups, and in the afternoons you have ballet, dance classes, singing classes, voice acting classes, and then you also have classes, complementary classes like Japanese sword fighting, cheerleading,
Which is really fun.
Team Seisaku actually.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Team Seisaku, team production. You make short movies together, so you get to work with the production people too.
Yeah, every morning you have your own team that the school decides your teammates, and you make a movie, like a short 3 minutes movie you make with your team, and it's really fun. That's what I enjoyed the most, really.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And there's also a class called Narahashi Zemi,
Yes.
which
True.
is you learn a lot of acting techniques in that class, and you have to audition to get in.
Yeah.
And we both got into that class.
Yes.
Thank you. And I learned so much acting from that.
Yeah. There's nothing I would recommend more than that class.
Absolutely.
When you get into it, this is really the class I've been going to that school for.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the best class I've ever done.
So let's start with the cons. Get the bad stuff out the way. What's your con, Max?
I noticed throughout the years that it's pretty difficult to make friends. You have to be very careful what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you're not careful enough, you're like blocked from them. Yeah, very fast. Almost a one chance only.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to get back in once you've been blocked off.
Yes.
I managed to make some really good friends at that school. Basically, my advice for making friends is to, speak Japanese.
Yes, that's a number one rule.
Keep your mind open for cultural differences.
Yes.
Don't blame them, because they are in their own environment. You cannot expect them to change their way of thinking just because of you. You have to change your way of thinking, something that's been rooted inside of you since you were a child. You have to uproot that and change your way of thinking to understand them.
Yes.
And that was the hardest part of being in that acting school, and that's what the heavy stuff I went through. It was like everything I learned I had to unlearn, and I had to learn their ways, and I sometimes had to learn it in a really hard way.
Yeah.
And sometimes even now, when I'm thinking about reflecting back on those times, and I'm still learning from those experiences even now,
Yes.
which I'm really grateful for. My con is that because obviously we're not Japanese, we don't get very good roles. I definitely don't want to blame the school or the teachers for that, because it's understandable. Our Japanese is not perfect. Our accent is not perfect. So of course we're not going to get the biggest roles, because we have to be understandable when we're up on stage.
Yeah, and people's gonna get tired of when they listen to you, so...
So you have to work really hard to fix your accent, and you have to ask your classmates like I did. My classmates were so nice. They recorded my lines for me in their own Japanese voice so that I could practice at home and copy their intonations. I worked so hard to do that, and it was all thanks to them.
They're so nice.
They
were nice.
I love them. They were fantastic. I managed to get some good roles. I was very lucky in my second and third year. You have to push. You have to show your teacher that you can do this. I went to my teachers and I said, I want this role. Why can't I have it? Why didn't you give it to me?
Yeah.
So the key to getting good roles is showing your teacher that you can do it, that you have the passion. And the only way to show them that is to talk to them. You have to go and say, I want this, I can do it. Let me show you, I can do it. What's your favorite thing about the school?
Favorite thing about the school is the opportunity to pursue your career. They're really good at it. They give you a lot of different aspects of acting, and they introduce you to everything that's in the environment.
Yes.
And I've enjoyed every second of it.
Me too.
I have no regret about it.
I agree. The teachers and the staff are amazing. They are so helpful and supportive. I don't know how many times I cried. And they're like, yeah, sure, it's okay, Thelma. And they want us to succeed.
Yeah, they do everything they can to help you.
Yes.
Like get into success and go to the pro level.
Absolutely.
They're wonderful.
The teachers are fantastic. I absolutely adore them. Max, you haven't graduated yet, so you can't really have any regrets yet, but do you have any regrets?
To be more focused on my career rather than like trying to make friends too much with my classmates. It's been natural to me since I'm a little kid to try to be friends with everyone, which is technically impossible, but I spent too much of my energy on that rather than my career, and I think it affected my my acting skills. If I could go back to first year, maybe just fix that up. Yeah, what about you?
I also regret that.
Yeah?
I was too focused on making friends because I'm same as you. I love to make friends and I love to get to know people. I love networking, and I focused on that way too much, so much that it affected me too. And it made me kind of bitter towards my classmates, which is not good. And the one thing I regret the most was not getting to know them during the first year, because during the first year many of them are getting to know each other by staying late after school.
Yeah.
They decide, oh, let's go out for dinner together, and they go out to dinner together and they get to know each other more that way, and they got close really fast. And because I went home straight away after class,
Yeah, I did the same too.
don't even rush home to practice at home, because they won't know if you're practicing at home or not.
For them, you just went straight home. You don't want to be with them.
Yeah, it for Japanese people, it's about teamwork. Teamwork is so important, and you have to show that you're willing to be a part of the team, that you're not doing it just for yourself. If you're going to go to a Japanese school or this school, you really need to, from the start, spend as much time as you can with these people if you want to be friends with them.
Yes. I learned a lot of my acting skills. Before I went into that school, I knew nothing. I was a very bad actor, not natural on the camera. As you get to know how the pros work, how having experience on the set, getting more advice from not only your teachers but also your classmates, getting better and better, and you like it even more to not rely on yourself to become better. You get everything from the other person. What about you?
I learned Japanese. No, I also learned a lot about myself and Japanese culture. This whole experience has helped me to become a better person. I'm different from the person I was 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and even a year ago, because this experience is still teaching me. I also learned a lot about acting, just like you, and how to use my body, how to project my voice. So, Max, do you have any advice for people who are interested in going to the school?
Yes. Try to adjust yourself to their culture, their way of thinking, their habits, as much as you can. That's how they work as a group, and they're happy like that. If you want to get along with them, you have to adjust, not the other way around. Yeah.
Also, learn kanji!
Yes.
And learn Japanese.
We will not emphasize that enough.
You will save so much time, because we spent so much time just translating the scripts.
Yes, like when the teacher or another student talk to us in Japanese, like we have to translate what they are saying, but we also have to translate our answer to them, which takes double time, and it's very tiresome for them.
Well, that's it for our video. We did it!
Yes.
If you have any questions about Japan, Japanese acting schools, leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
Bye-bye.